What is up, everybody? Ethan back for another review. I've been MIA for a little while. Not a beer review, but an album review. And I'm going to be reviewing Lynyrd Skynrd, Gimme Back My Bullets. I recently actually picked up this vinyl for $12 at a used at a record shop, or an antique slash record shop. In Macon, Georgia, which is south of Atlanta. Let me just go on the record and say I love this band. For the longest time, you always hear Freebird and Sweet Home Alabama, and that's all you hear from this band. But this band has so many great songs that you never hear on classic rock radio or that people don't talk about. So my recommendation would be, as it was for me, coming to I love this band and explore their music and their albums more, go a little deeper than those radio hits and those, July 4th party anthems, so to speak, and really get into their albums, explore their music. This is a fantastic album. This is their fourth album. Their first, self-titled, pronounced Lynyrd Skynrd. Second Helping. Third, Nothing Fancy. Their fourth, Gimme Back My Bullets, this one. Their first two were certified platinum. They, extremely high sales, classic albums in the genre. Nothing Fancy in this one, the third and the fourth, didn't do as well. But I find that those two albums, this one included, have some fantastic deep cuts on them. Some songs I've never heard of, didn't hear people talk about, didn't hear on radio, and just goes to show you that, for your music, you shouldn't be listening to radio anyway. And, I was for a long time and never really came to learn about this band and some of the great songs they released other than the hits that you hear everywhere. So there's the band right there. You have Ronnie Van Zant, vocalist, Alan Collins, guitarist, Gary Rossington, guitarist. You have Artemis Pyle, drums, Leon, I can't remember his last name, on bass, and then Mr. Billy Powell on keyboard or piano. He played the piano in Freebird and all that. Their fourth album, released in 1976, recorded in late February or late 1975 in Macon, Georgia, no less. Which my folks are actually from Macon, Georgia. Most of my relatives are from central and southern Georgia. Some of their earlier albums were recorded in Atlanta, Doraville, Georgia, actually, which is not far from me at all. And the track listing is as follows. The title track, Gimme Back My Bullets, a great, kind of a slow, heavy, trudging song. Not exactly PC lyrics, but it was a product of its time in the South. Just a fantastic song. Ronnie Van Zant, the original singer before the plane crash in 1977 that killed him, Steve Gaines, the guitarist, and his sister, who was a backup singer. Their plane crashed in Mississippi. They ran out of fuel and killed him and the guitarist. So that really was a huge hit to the band in 1977. They were traveling from Greenville, South Carolina to, I think, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and they went down in the woods and just killed the front man and the guitarist, the guitarist who had just come to the band, new guitarist in the band for their last album before the crash, which was Street Survivors. This is the one right before Street Survivors. I love that album too, but I think I like this one a little bit better. Gimme Back My Bullets, excellent title track. It's heavy. You got great lyrical sensibility from Ronnie Van Zant, the main lyricist and songwriter. Doesn't get enough credit. Some of those songs, Freebird and Sweet Home Alabama aside, there are some fantastic lyrics and songwriting on some of these classic Skynyrd albums. And if you, all you know is Sweet Home Alabama, I implore you to dig a little deeper and check out some of their deep cuts on albums like this and Nothing Fancy. Every Mother's Son, the next song, probably my least favorite song on the album, but a great, touching song. Kind of a slow ballady song written by Alan Collins, the guitarist, and Ronnie Van Zant, the singer. You got the song Trust next, which is kind of about, you put your trust in your friend or a significant other and they let you down or something. It's kind of a cautionary tale. A lot of their songs kind of are cautionary tales or sort of a moral story, so to speak. I Got the Same Old Blues, fantastic song. And what a great solo in that song. I Got the Same Old Blues, it has a nice driving, kind of a funky beat, rhythm section in it. It's a very funky sounding song. Great bass and drumming in that. Underrated rhythm section in this band. And underrated guitars as well. And Mr. Gary Rossington and Alan Collins. Fantastic twin guitar attack there from those two young guys. I Got the Same Old Blues. Check out that song. It's fantastic. Side 2, you got Double Trouble to kick it off, which was released as a single. Fantastic. Just great lyrical sensibility again. The front man, Ronnie, is kind of singing about himself and his sort of brush-ins with the law and how one of the lines says even his mom, when he was little, said he was bad news. So he's kind of hypothetically, in a sense, speaking about himself. Double Trouble. Fantastic song. Check out Double Trouble by Lynyrd Skynrd on this album. First track on the second side. And then you have Roll, Gypsy Roll. Great song. Another kind of, anthemic rocker. Heavy, great guitar tone. Great guitar solos. Great guitar riffs, great rhythm section, fantastic vocals from Ronnie Van Zant. Then you have the beautiful Searching. Tell Me, Mr. Wise Man. Basically, he's talking about himself going to a wise man and saying, what's the meaning of life, And the wise man says, focus on the Lord up above and, find you a woman, and you'll find love. Very great song, very touching, fantastic. Cry for the Bad Man is next. Fantastic song with sort of a backing chorus from the backup singers. Such a great song. Cry for the Bad Man. Check it out. Written by the two guitarists, Gary Rossington, Alan Collins, and Ronnie Van Zant. I never have heard that song in greatest hits CDs or compilations from this band, and what a shame to leave that one out, because that's a fantastic song. Cry for the Bad Man off of this album. Check it out. All I Can Do Is Write About It. Kind of a slow, more ballady song. Showing maybe Ronnie Van Zant's softer side. He's writing about, he mentions the hills of Carolina, the grass of Tennessee, sort of the beauty of the countryside in the South. These guys were based out of Jacksonville, Florida. That's where they got started. In many of their songs, they mention Georgia, which is where I'm at, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Carolina. They mention all of the South in the majority of their songs. And this song is basically just him saying the beauty of the countryside. The beauty of the countryside. All he can do is write about it, right? So he's just putting pen to paper to describe the beauty of the sort of the Southeast where this band was based and spent the majority of their career. Fantastic album. Fourth album, not their best seller. Probably the least best-selling album from the original lineup before the plane crash in 1977. This was released in 1976. But to me, one of their strongest, a great underrated album from this band. I recently just picked it up because I've really been getting into them. Yeah, fantastic album. Out of 100, I'd give this a 97. It's got a great guitar tone. It's got some great lyrics. I mean, read the lyrics in some of these songs. They're great. They tell a story, about the band, the front man. Sort of some of them are sort of cautionary tales about, I went through this, meaning the band member talking about himself. You know, he's writing, don't do what I did because it ended badly. Trusting a friend, or putting your faith in a bad man and he did you dirty. Stuff like that. It's just a great lyrics. I mean, you hear a lot about Bob Dylan and all those people being great lyricists, but I think Ronnie Van Zant, whose brother actually now sings for the band, his younger brother, Ronnie Van Zant, great lyricist, underrated. Check out this album, Lynyrd Skynrd, Gimme Back My Bullets. Cheers, and thank you for watching. I hope to do more album reviews in the future. I enjoyed doing them. More beer reviews. I know it's been a while, but I do what I can. I have many vinyls and CDs I'd love to review. And I know a lot of people will play snippets of songs in their videos, right? And I'd love to do that, but a lot of copyright, issues with that. You can't really play songs from bands on YouTube. So I'd rather just review the albums and the music, tell you about them, get you curious and interested in the music, and then you go and listen and decide for yourself if you like it. That's how I came to love a lot of this music, because I would watch people on YouTube who didn't play the music in those videos, but I was very curious, like, oh, they talk so highly of this band or this album. It really just makes me want to check it out based on how passionate they are about it. So that's how I came to really love the bands I love and the albums, and get some of the albums I got, because I was influenced by people on YouTube who, I learned about music and albums from them, from watching them, and hopefully somebody can learn something from watching me, but I doubt it. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Check out this album. You can listen to it on Spotify or YouTube. You don't have to buy a physical copy. I just chose to because I'm a vinyl nerd and a classic rock nerd. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. Cheers. There will be more, hopefully.